All right, welcome to the call today. This is your Fear Free Human Experience. I'm super excited to have you here today. We're going to be doing some coaching. And first up, I just want to let you know that if you are interested in learning how to use your internal guidance system, the fastest, best, most effective way for you to do that is to do the Recreating You game. Go to the recreatingyou.game.com. We have a new game starting. You can start tomorrow morning. It's a wonderful way for you to just have 5 exercises to transform your life immediately. If you like the coaching, if you like what we're doing here today, the best way to do it is go to the recreatingyou.game.com and learn how to use your internal guidance system. So we're going to dive in, and this is a coaching program. The goal is to teach you how to use your internal guidance system in multiple areas of your life. The internal guidance system is something that you were born with. It shows up as a lump in the throat, a tightness in the chest, or a sick feeling in the solar plexus. When this area is tight, it's very simple. It means what you're thinking is not true or not going to happen. Now, the difficult part is figuring out what you're thinking and how to have new thoughts, because our mind is like a software system. And so it's going to be playing on repeat all the time. And that's the purpose of this show, is to really dive in and work with people on their internal guidance system. So today we've got Lisa who's coming up. And by the way, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, 1 second here. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, you can comment and I can see your comments in the chat. So for instance, we have Tracy here. I had to come a little bit later than normal because my headsets were almost dead. I went to put them on and then they said they were dead. So I had to let them charge for 5 minutes. Hopefully I'll get through the show today. So thank you, Tracy. So you too can use comments in order to communicate with us and the people that are getting coaching today. So we're going to start off with Lisa. Lisa, hello. Okay, you're muted. So let's see if we can get you where I can hear you.
How's that? Is that better?
Perfect. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. Good to see your face, girl.
Yeah,
what can
you
I
too.
do for you?
Well, I need an income stream. I've been teaching guitar for 40 years, and I'm really retired, but I still work at it. I still work 1 day a week. That may be 2 days a week soon. But I've been studying a lot of healing modalities, and I would like to move into that, in a way, make that more lucrative, or at least make some money from it. I do it for free now.
Okay. So hold on. It sounds like we got a little background noise here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. All right. So I don't know why I'm having an echo. So does it open you to make money off of your healing modality? When
I
you
don't know.
I want you to hold the thought, my second string of income will come from my healing work.
Yeah.
It opens you?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any issues with moving from free to paid?
Oh yeah.
So let's talk about the closings, because you have to get rid of all that resistance. Otherwise, you can't move into that. So
Yeah.
share with me what you're thinking that closes you.
That I'm not good enough yet. That I need more training.
Does that open you?
It's closing.
So it's not true. Okay, you actually can.
I've got like 4 certifications.
Yeah, that's a normal thing. So tell me more about what the certifications are.
Have you ever heard of body code or emotion code?
No, but that doesn't mean anything.
Okay, it's basically healing with awareness, healing with consciousness and awareness. You identify certain energies that need to clear, and then you can clear them. Once they're identified, you can clear them.
And I'm having an echo, so I'm going to be playing with my settings while I talk to you. So it doesn't mean that I'm not paying attention to you. I just want to make sure you know that.
I get it. Okay.
Thank you, because it's very odd to hear myself back in my headset. Okay, 1 second. Huh. All right. It says it's all ready. Okay. So does it open you that that's the one to start with?
The healing modality, or
yeah, that particular healing modality.
Let's see. No, not that one.
Closest you. Yep. So do you have one in particular that you're super confident, you feel more confident in and you're excited about?
Well, I'm very confident in that one. It's just that I've gone beyond it. That's kind of my elementary school training.
Okay. So tell me what you want to do. What are you envisioning? And we'll see where the
Okay,
closings
so
are.
what
And
I
then we'll
want,
find you. Yeah.
what I want to do is learning to heal with tuning forks. It's called biofield tuning.
Yeah. I know Eileen.
You know Eileen? You
I know
know her?
Eileen. I
Oh,
do. Yes, I
very
do.
cool. Yeah, that's the
She's in
one
the
I want.
Transformational Leadership Council with me, and I've done some work with her. She's brilliant.
Yeah, she
So
is.
she's brilliant and she's incredibly intuitive. And what she's doing with those tuning forks is well beyond just sound healing. Have you studied with her yet?
No, I just have her tune some of her tuning forks, and I've done the CDs, learning a little bit.
Okay, so we're still talking about you're not ready for that one yet, but you want an additional stream of income.
Yeah,
Okay. And what is the healing modality that you feel that you would be able to charge for?
probably something called Healing Remembered. It's like a body code rep. Healer took body code and then like made it multidimensional. It like she just really expounded on it.
And is that the one you're doing for free with people?
Yeah, I do all of it for free.
Okay, and what's the one that gets so really it's not about one modality, it's about using all the modalities in one. And it sounds to me like we're going to skip through this little piece that's happening for you, which I'm going to call BS on.
Okay.
I love doing this, by the way. So it sounds to me like you have the gift of healing and you've been running around taking courses to prove that you have the gift of healing so that you can legitimately work and heal with people.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. So you don't have to be trained or certified in anything in order to heal people. Did you know that?
Yeah, I've been told that by other healers. But these other healers are so intuitive that they can just, they can hear it or see it or feel it. And I'm just not there yet.
Okay, does that open you?
Yeah.
I am not there yet. No, hold on. I want you to drop in. I want you to say, I am not there yet.
I am not there yet. I think it's neutral.
Okay. So, because there's a thing here where we will make up excuses to not do our gift because we're afraid that if we do our gift and it fails, we'll be lost.
That happens. Yeah, that's happened. Where I had a specific thing I wanted to help a person resolve, and it didn't resolve, like after many, many tries. And so I felt like a failure,
Okay. So first, whenever you work with anybody, the thing you need to do is before when you're working on any particular thing, you need to find out if that thing is ready to be healed. I do this through prayer, and if that person's ready to let it go.
Yeah, I usually do that in the very beginning. I ask, is it in this person's highest and best for me to work on them? Is it in my highest and best? And then, yeah, okay. Maybe that's
not quite the same thing as
not quite the same thing. Okay.
Yeah, I once had a dream, very vivid, real dream. I have these prophetic dreams sometimes. And I was in like a gymnasium and I was working with individuals and Jesus was standing behind me and there were these people lined up against the wall on like those blue gymnastic mats that are really thick.
Yeah.
And so Jesus would say, tell me to heal something. And I would send the energy to heal that thing. And the person would lift off the mat and they would be healed and then come back down. And I go to the next person and we're going through and it was like a training session. And then I got to like the fourth or fifth person and Jesus told me to heal something and I went to heal it. And then I saw the person had lung cancer. And I thought, oh, well, I'm here. I can heal that. And I went to heal it. And the second that my healing energy hit the person's chest, the person went, no. And this beam of energy shot out at me and pushed me backwards onto my back where I was, if you fall on your back and you can't breathe, you're like, when you're a kid, you fall hard and you like do that. That's what it felt like. And Jesus looked over me and goes, I didn't tell you to heal that. He needs that.
Yeah. No, I get that.
right? And so there are ways in which there's two things I found in doing healing work is one is the person is not ready to get rid of that thing because they haven't learned the lesson yet. Or two, they're too wrapped up in using that thing to manipulate other people, even if it's unconscious.
Yeah, I
That they
know.
can't,
Yeah.
right?
It's called resistance to healing.
But
Yeah.
so let's go and check your IGS on whether that was a failure or if it was just wasn't the right time for that person to be healed. I didn't fail. So you just hold the thought, I didn't fail. It wasn't me. It was that it wasn't the right time for the person
Okay.
to be healed.
It wasn't me. It was not the right time for her to be healed. Yeah.
Open.
Yeah.
So that's so you can leave that behind. So the reason why I'm going through all of this with you is because I'm showing you how to use your IGS in order to find your experience, your situation.
Yeah.
So the first thing is I'm going to just give you a business model that really works. Okay. And then you can go out. And so you start off, you take all your free people that love you and are successful, that you're successful with. Okay. And you go and you have business cards made. And on the back of the business card, you give away a free session. That session expires in 14 days and you put a date on it. And you give this to all of your free people and you say, I would like you to invite 2 to 3 people. You can give it 30 days if you want expiration. The expiration is important. I would love it if you would gift a session to somebody that you care about that you think would be benefit from my work. Okay.
Okay.
And you get a second set of business cards that gives you 50% off. And you always give an expiration because what will happen is you'll give people this card and then they'll sit there for 2 years waiting for the perfect person
Yeah.
to give it to. But if it expires and it's only good for 30 days, so please get it in their hands, whoever you'd like, then they'll get it out of their life and into people's hands so that they could recommend for you. So then you do the free session, right? And you give that person a 50% off. You give them 3 cards to give 50% off a session.
Okay.
To 3 of their friends. Now they've just had this experience with you, and then they get to go out and give it to their sister, their aunt, their coworker, their whoever. They call you up and they do another session. And that session, let's say it's $50, you do it for $25. And you give those 3 people that got the 50% off, 3 50% off cards. Within a period of usually between 6 to 8 weeks, you've got so much business that you have to raise your rates. You let them know that this is at the $50 offer or however much you want to choose. That's up to you. Use your IGS to open as to how much that needs to be. If you say 75, 125, whatever it is, it'll open you. Okay. If you say 85 and it closes you, go to 95. Most of the time we're undercharging and the IGS will close and you'll think, oh, 85 is too high. No, 85 is too low. So you have to use the IGS because it'll put you at the perfect sweet spot. That's right in balance with your particular clients and in balance with what your abundance meter can handle at this time.
Okay.
Okay. And then make sure that you have some Venmo. Do you have Venmo or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure you have an easy way to pay. You give them the 3 cards. You write in the expiration date. You can get these cards if you want for free at Vistaprint or wherever. It doesn't have to cost you. It could be $40 investment for these 2 sets of cards. One is free. One is 50% off.
So Vistaprint, though, they have you have to get 500 of each kind. So am I getting?
That's all that business.
So I'm getting
you can do it however you want to do it. Yeah, 2 types. One free, which is a little bit. You can do 100 cards, and one that is 50% off as a gift. And it's 50% off gift. So you want to make it a gift. So you want to watch the languaging and just make it to where it's a gift.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you don't put your price on it. Don't do anything like that because that'll go up. You can have your name, your name, your phone number. Here's the 50% off card. It expires at this time. Okay. And it's really important. Like I said, do not always give the expiration. And then you give them out. And if you do this for a period of a month, where you start off with all your free clients, say, I'd love to have you in for a healing session. Here's 3 cards to bring in a group of people for free. And then you give those free people 50% off. You'll have 50 to 60 clients before the end of the year. And you'll have to really work on raising your rates because that's how you find your business balance of working, equilibrium between working and overworking is you raise your rates until you get the perfect amount of clients. So start there, and then we can work on discount packages, where you buy 6 and you get 20% off or whatever. So that's how you can do that. It's super simple. I wouldn't focus on a healing modality. I would put on the front of the card your name and the things that you've worked with that you are successful with. A few things. I
You
work
mean
on
you mean
chronic pain. Nope, nope,
oh,
nope.
oh,
They
right.
don't
Oh, okay.
they don't care if they're going on vacation, they care about the destination, they don't care about the plane they're going to take.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks I'm going on vacation. Is it going to be a 747 or a 737 that I'm going to fly on? No, they don't care. They just want to know that they are going to actually get to Hawaii.
Okay.
So you want to tell them on your card the kinds of things that you are able to heal and work with, and then put and more. That way people get an idea of chronic pain, this, that, here's the kinds of things I work with. So you put your name, healer, these are my specialties and more on the back. They have your phone number, the 50% off, come get a healing session.
So do I need to put together a website?
Nope.
No?
Nope. Don't do it. Don't bother. Make money.
All
Don't
right.
wait. That's an excuse that will be used as to a reason why you can't get going. If you
Okay.
can't get these cards, put it on a piece of paper, write it out, and hand it to people. Like, seriously, don't let your mind stop you from being able to do this.
Okay. So what if
I've
I
seen
was
healers wait years because they couldn't get their website done.
what if I just want to do the tuning forks things because I that's how I would prefer to work rather than the way I've been working.
So then what you're talking about is I'm going to go spend more money and more time before I can make money and time. And I'm going to not heal people in the meantime because I'm too insecure. I want to do this other thing. So you can,
Yeah, you got it.
yeah. So I'm going to put this off because I need more training. And that is a lie. And there's
Right.
people that need to be healed. And there's, for me, I do believe in the devil, and he's going to stop you from healing and doing your gift any way he can.
Yeah, it's true.
And so he'll put all these excuses, and I have to have a website, and I have to do this, and I'm not certified enough, or I don't have that. Get people coming in, even if you charge them $50 a session, right? And you do your work. By the end of next year, you'll be at 150 because your talent will have grown. Your confidence in yourself will have grown, and you can add all the tuning fork stuff in right now with what you do know with it. And as you're learning, you just use it in your sessions because you don't have a specific modality. That you're not like, I'm a hypnotherapist. You're like, I heal these things. Come in, and then you intuitively check in and find out which modality is right. There may be several modalities that weave together for a particular individual, and drop into your listening and listening deeply to your intuitive source as to how to do this and get going. And I look forward to seeing your card. You can take a picture of it and email it to me when it arrives next week because they usually it only takes 3 days. You could have this done today. They're called appointment cards. You could have it done today. You could show me the order and we'll get you moving. It's super easy.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
This works.
Done. Okay. Thanks.
Okay, good. You don't need a logo. You don't need anything. You don't need anything special. It's okay. Just get the cards and give them out to the people that you love the most that work with you. Okay.
All right. Great.
All right.
Thanks.
Good. You're welcome. And then we have Allison. Hey, Allison.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
I can. Yes.
All right. Well, I am stuck in fear. And I have done some work on a recent dream where I wrote it all out. I got some things together as to what's going on. It is related to my husband, Tim, who has stage 3 cancer. And it's been a very long journey. And I got the insight that I have anticipatory grief to process, but I'm not anticipating that he's going to die. Now, maybe that's a block. I know someday we both will be gone, and I recall when my parents died, when my father died, he died first. I was taking death, grief, and bereavement course. I learned about anticipatory grief, in my head first, and then I did get to practice it. I also grieved afterwards, not just before, for both of my parents. And but I knew they were dying, and I don't know that Tim's going to die, and I want to stay in a place of positivity that he is.
There's no such thing.
No such
Positivity.
thing.
There's no
No.
such thing as positivity. Nope. You're either open or you're closed.
Okay.
You're either in the truth or you're not in the truth. Because you can have something that your mind believes is a positive thing and it's not. There's been many positive things. Look at all the lottery winners out there whose lives are completely destroyed by the money. And we would consider that being a positive thing.
Yeah.
We've had people go through cancer and it was the most positive thing they could have ever had happen in their life. It completely transformed who they are. Right? So, and then we've had negative things happen. It was the best thing that could have ever happened. It was a massive gratitude-filled gift that this thing happened. I've had people whose houses burned down and they were so set free because there's two people in particular, and they were so set free because they were so obsessed with things and they lost everything. Like they got out with their laptop and a pair of slippers, right? One person, that's it. And then him and his wife had to rebuild, and his whole entire mannerism changed. He
Wow.
probably would have died a greedy old man if the fire hadn't wiped out his mansion in Malibu. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, and his kids and I was just the miraculousness of the story. And it was the worst thing that any of us could imagine other than losing our lives of people we love. Right. So trying to stay positive isn't a real thing. It's a delusion that, and just because you have anticipatory grief doesn't mean that means he's going to die either. You got to use your IGS for that, right? Of cancer in thing. But grieving opens up space for more love. The only reason we truly grieve is because we love. You can hear somebody died. Oh, that's too bad. Ozzy Osbourne died. Oh, that's too bad. I love Crazy Train. Great song. But there's no grief because I wasn't in love with Ozzy Osbourne. I liked a song of his. Sad. Surprised he lived so long. It gives me hope that no matter that all the stuff I've done in my lifetime to this poor little body is going to let me live long, right? But in the grieving, you're going to discover something, or your beingness wouldn't be leading you towards it. You discover something, and it'll be something precious that's important. Otherwise, you wouldn't be led there. Maybe it's a deeper connection with how much you loved him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's something you're angry about that you've withheld forever that you haven't even really thought about saying because you just put up with it for so long, and it's keeping the intimacy away from the two of you.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't realize it. There's a deeper connection you could be having, but you won't find that out until you dig into the grief and find out the angry part. Maybe there's something in there you're angry that you're not going to get to do, and you're like, oh my gosh, we have to go do this.
That is another emotion that arose is anger. Actually, it's more about the so far the unfolding of his treatment and everything, the way everything played out. A lot of anger around that I haven't really processed.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's another piece.
Yeah. And that's, there's, like we've talked about in Stress to Happiness in various courses, anger, our emotions can be either opening or closing, right? It's depending on whether the thoughts behind the story, because emotions come from a story. And the story can have opening thoughts or closing thoughts. And a lot of times, massive change comes from somebody who's angry and open and decides to make a change or make something different or fight for something to be changed, right? Mm-hmm. So the key is that if you're feeling anticipatory grief, don't block it because you're like, oh, I want to stay positive and believe he's going to live. And no, that doesn't serve you. There's a reason that this is coming up. There's a reason you're having a dream about it. There's a reason that this is up before he's passed, however he ends up passing. There's something here for you. and you're avoiding it. That's why the dream most likely shook you up. It's because it's trying to wake you up to something that you're not processing, you're not looking at, you're not experiencing, that needs to be experienced
I think
at
that's
this time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been an emotion suppressor, my whole life. It is a pattern. I know it is for a lot of people, particularly when it's a difficult situation.
If you stay in the opening by watching your thoughts as you're grieving, as you're angry, at whatever it is, if you, as you're experiencing the actual emotion, notice whether your IGS is open or closed. If it's closed, check the thought and go, that's a lie. That's a false story. That's not important. That's not something to focus on. If you're open, go down that rabbit hole and say, what is really happening here? Because the opening is going to give you the cathartic experience that will revolutionize your entire experience of the situation.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? You'll come
Yeah.
to something that's really important that you will be grateful you came to.
Okay. Well, another emotion I'm curious about, that makes a lot of sense, what you've said, is fear. Now, I know fear is always closing, but if I have a backlog of fear, do I try to process that, or would that be closing to process?
Well, it's all
the fear?
closing. So does it open you to process your fear?
Well, everything's closing me right now.
Okay, so here's the thing. What do you mean by processing fear? Because I don't know what that means.
Well, just sitting with the fear and actually trying not to think and just feeling it in my body where it is. I mean, I've kind of learned this as a technique, whatever the emotion is, just sitting with it and not trying to have this inner dialogue, just being present with it in my body, maybe noticing, well, where it is and the quality of it and if it moves.
Okay, so you do that, but it will not fix anything because you're not dealing with the thought that's creating the fear. That's a lie.
Mm,
Thought is a lie, right? So you
mhm.
can sit in fear, and yes, you can process it, and you will eventually get to a place where your mind is not having that thought anymore. It's kind of like meditation. When you do the dropping into your listening, your
Mhm.
mind clears, right? So if you just sit with the body, your mind's going to start clearing because you're paying attention to your senses. Anytime you pay attention to your senses, it slows your mind. That's why being present is so powerful, and why the dropping into your listening is practice is so powerful.
Mhm.
All right. But it won't clear it. What clears it is you looking at the thought that's creating the deep fear and then saying, this isn't true. I'm closed. That means what I'm thinking is not true, not going to happen. The fear is I'm going to be abandoned. The fear is I'm going to be alone. The fear is, right? And then you're like, that's not true. I'm afraid. I'm just going to throw something out. I'm afraid that all of a sudden Tim's going to pass and I'm going to be left here in this house all by myself. And I don't have anyone really. And I don't know who I would be without him. In fact, I think I will want to die. I won't want to be here anymore. And I'm terrified of that. Now, it's not true. So the fear means if it was true, it would open you.
Right.
And if it opens you, then what happens is you're led through the breadcrumb approach of divine intelligence leading you to working through that experience and preparing yourself in the way that you need to because you're open. It doesn't feel scary. It feels like, oh, this is something I need to focus on and do.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then because once you go from that fear and you go, I'm closed, means what I'm thinking is not true, not going to happen. So what's the next level? What's the hint I need here? Hint, it stands for healthy, inspired new thinking. I'm not going to be alone. So one of the big things that when my mom died, I was 23. I'd had very few experiences, hadn't gone to college, I hadn't had kids, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I hadn't had. And one of my grieving was, who's going to be my mom for the rest of my life? I have no mom, no one there for me when I have a baby, no one there when I get married, no one there when things are hard, no one who knows me, who's known me and really knows me. That was a big thing. Like she knew me, she knew my shit, excuse my language, and she knew my beautifulness and she wouldn't let me get away with putting myself down or get away with me being higher and mightier than I should be. She was really good at keeping me in balance. Who's going to do that? And I was closed the whole time. I'm not going to have anyone. I'm not going to have anyone. I can tell you throughout my lifetime, I've had the perfect mother figures for the perfect era of my life.
Mm.
It wasn't true. So But that's when I noticed, like, I would open that I was going to be okay. And that's what you need to process, because subconsciously and under the surface, this is in the way of whatever you and Tim are going through together. There's a precious, essential richness on the other side of you digging into this that you will be so grateful that you did it.
I can believe that.
And usually it links to lots of other things. It's a tapestry. So what you're experiencing will bring up other memories and other things. And I would just take it as a sacred, like, experience that you're in. Don't just use it as like a cerebral exercise, but really, like, go for walks, listen to music, get the tea that's their favorite tea, enjoy the smell of it, sit in it from a place of preciousness, that something really essential and important is being revealed, and be in excited anticipation of the transformation that you're getting to go through with this. Illness and these kinds of things, they're meant to shake us out of our norm so that something else can come through. Otherwise, we just keep being numb and padding through life.
Yeah.
Really, most
Not
people don't.
growing. Yeah.
Not growing, not experiencing something richer.
Yeah.
And most of the time it comes to a benefit of someone else. Like, who knows? This may be something that you process and you find something in it where you're like, I need to teach this.
Mhm.
I need to share this. This happened to me. And that's how I see everything. I've had all kinds of horrible things happen. And I just see it as, okay, great. It's another thing in my experience that I can be in resonance with somebody who needs to hear how I got through it.
Yeah.
And I can hold them in how hard it is.
Yeah.
And really be there and be like, yeah, this is hard. And you're going to get through it, because I did. And I'll show you how.
Okay. That's really helpful. I think I can stop procrastinating.
Don't make it too complex.
Yeah, I think in my head, I'm making it too complex. And I mean, and I close at this, that me processing anticipatory grief will then bring about his death. I mean, I totally close to that, but that's come up a few times. And it's like, well, no, I'm not going to necessarily, at least at this point, tell him I'm doing that. I don't think. Let's see, do I want to do that? No, I'm close to that.
Yeah, that's exactly how you do it. What is needed is, right, your IGS will share with you.
Yeah. Okay. That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything else.
I had written down a couple things. Oh, actually, I just got that. Yeah. I mean, do you believe that unprocessed emotion like anger can cause harm to the body?
Absolutely. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we know it. It's not even like a think anymore. We know that it actually does cause illness.
Okay.
Beliefs
I mean, that's
cause
been my
illness.
belief for a long time, but in the context of IGS, I never really thought about it. But
Bitterness, resentment,
Yep.
anger, all kinds of various things.
Okay.
I think the rise in breast cancer is from women taking on too much.
Really?
Oh yeah, we're running ourselves into the ground. We have a lack of self-love because we have a list of conditions that have to be met before we can love ourselves. We're never good enough. We're comparing ourselves to other people all the time. And it's killing us. Yeah. And it's not the way it's supposed to be. So it's one of my missions to get out there and share with women how to reverse that with using the IGS, so that you can be lush and free and still get as much done as needs to be done And we are supposed to be the caregivers, not, and that includes ourselves. And so there's a thought out there that taking care of yourself is selfish and a waste of time.
Mhm. Yeah, that is out there big time.
Yeah. And we've got a lot of lies that have been put upon us women that need to be uncovered and released and gotten rid of so we can get back into who we really are. So we'll get there.
Yep.
So, okay. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you, Zen.
You're welcome. Love you, honey.
Love you too.
Hang in there. It's big stuff you're working on.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. All right.
Alrighty. Bye.
Bye. All right, everybody, that's our show for today. We don't have anyone else so if you would like to be a part of this and be able to get some coaching, all you have to do is go to fearfreehuman.com, fearfreehuman.com. And there you can sign up for our email list and you'll get notifications when I go live on the streaming, and you'll be able to get a notification of the link that you would use to come into the studio and get coaching with me. You do not have to study with me in order to do it, but you have to be coachable and you have to be willing. And that's all that it takes in order to be a part of this program. So you go to fearfreehuman.com and you just sign up for the email list. You'll get these great little Zen in a Moments as well, which are these little vignettes of short mini pods, usually under 10 minutes, that gives you a thought of the day or some experience or using your IGS. And then if you want to learn to use your internal guidance system, you can go to therecreatingyouGame.com, therecreatingyouGame.com. It's a 5-day short, simple, easy, simple to do, fun game that gives you 5 tools to access and use your internal guidance system. So I will be back on Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll see you then. In the meantime, I'm sending you love and blessings. Mwah! Goodbye, and I hope you have